Alright, we're going to start off our next lesson with the essential question: how can I approximate irrational numbers and locate them on a number line? So let's start off with talking about square roots. And this is the sign for a square root. It looks like this. And square roots are any number that can be multiplied by itself to equal that. For example, 25. 5 times 5 equals 25, so our answer is 5. Square root of 100 is 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. 9, square root of 9 is 3. And these are all called perfect squares. They're square roots that can be multiplied by a whole number without getting a decimal. So irrational numbers is non-perfect squares. So what happens when we have square roots that that don't give you a whole number? So let's look at the square root of 26. And we're going to put that in our calculator and see what we get. So I'm going to come to TI-84, and you guys have your own on your guys' Chromebook. So the second button you're going to use to get to the square root. So I'm going to push that, and then I'm going to push the x squared. And that gets me the square root. And I'm going to put the square root of 26, and then I'm going to push enter. And I get this number, which is 5.099. And I'm going to write that down in our thing. But I just want you to realize that these numbers go on forever with no pattern. So it's like random different numbers that keep going on forever. Those are non-perfect squares, and they are also called irrational numbers. So I'm going to cut off 3 decimal places behind, which is 5.099. So I'm going to write it on here. So 5.099. And this is going to be A. Another way you will see it is you'll see the square root of 11 over 2. And we're going to go back and we're going to put this into our TI-84. So I'm going to go second, and I'm going to go square root. I'm going to put 11. I'm going to push enter, and then I'm going to divide that by 2. And we get 1.658. See again that the numbers are random with no pattern. They go on forever. It's an irrational number. So I'm going to say 1.658. I'm going to go to third decimal place. I'm going to go back and I'm going to write that down. So I have 1.0658. And we're going to place them on the number line. So there's a number line at the bottom, and we're going to approximate where they would go. So we got 5.099. So here's the 5 down here. We have 5, and it's a little bit after. So I'm going to zoom in here. It's a little bit after the 5. Here's the 5, and it's about right there. And I'm going to mark it as A. So here's A. And it's between what two numbers? So 5.099 is between 5 and 6. Now I'm going to do B, which is 1.658. Oopsie, sorry. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going to try to find that. So 1658, which is approximately right here, and I'm going to put B. And it's between two integers. And those integers are 1 and 2. Between 1 and 2. Alright, we're going to do one more. Let us do negative square root of 8 over, let's do 2 again. So I'm going to go back to my calculator, and I'm going to go second square root 8 divided by 2, second square root 8, and I'm going to press I'm going to press enter, and then I'm going to go divide by negative 2, enter, and I get negative 1.414. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to write those in my notes. I'm going to go negative 1.414. And so I'm going to plot that on my number line. And it's going to be right there. I'm going to put C. And it's between the integers of 1, 2. So for these, we're just approximating where they are on the number line. And we're going to be getting numbers like these, putting them in our calculator, and then determining where they go. So if you have any questions, let me know. We will do another video with practices.